So as we went through the pandemic, we started thinking about eating more vegetarian. We were mostly there anyway, but we decided to switch in the house to be almost exclusively vegetarian with some fish mixed in. So we started coming up with these ideas for recipes and different things we wanted to try. And it's almost like an Iron Chef sort of moment here where we just have an ingredient or a series of ingredients and we think, what could we do with these? And we start thinking up different recipes, and sometimes the recipe dictates the ingredients and sometimes the ingredients sort of come to a recipe. But in any event, we're sort of doing this game where we're trying different things and really finding things that we really like and using those and making them more and more. So I wanted to share with you some of the recipes that we've come up with. I thought it might be a little fun to kind of take you through some of these and show you what we're doing, and maybe it'll inspire you and you'll try some other things in your diet too. Hey, I just figured if we're doing something good here and you like it, I hope you enjoy it. So the first recipe I'm going to share is for a lentil soup. And it seems a little unusual, but this one's really kind of cool. It takes some coconut milk, some tomatoes, 2 different kinds of lentils, and a whole bunch of spices, and it cooks them in the Instant Pot, which is kind of cool. So you get this really nice soup, stew sort of thing, and it doesn't take very long to make. It actually takes longer to cook in the Instant Pot, and it's only a 5-minute cook time plus the 10 minutes to warm up, and that's it. And you're ready to go. I mean, you have to dice a few things and put them in there, but they're all vegetables, so it's really pretty easy, pretty simple. As long as you have these things on hand, it's pretty straightforward. So let's take a look at the recipe. So we'll get started with the Instant Pot, and the first thing I want to put in there is a little bit of coconut oil to kind of set a base for it. It gives it a lot of flavor. Next up, I'm going to dice up 2 onions. These happen to be Vidalia onions, but you could certainly use any kind of onion. Yellow onion would work well in here too, but I like the sweetness of the Vidalia. So I'm going to go ahead and dice those up, put them in here, and then from there, I'm going to go ahead and get some garlic going. Now, I like to use this jarred garlic. It's already cut, it's already peeled, it's already ready to go. About 4 tablespoons will get me started there. Then I'll grind up some ginger, get some fresh ginger in there, and as long as I don't leave the big chunks in there, it'll be just fine. But I love the taste of fresh ginger, so I go a little bit heavy on the ginger. Next up, a couple of stalks of celery. After I get them washed, I'll cut off the ends and dice those up as well and get some small pieces of celery going so I can get those in here. That'll add a little bit of body and a little texture into the dish as you get through it. And then I like to use these baby carrots. They're already cleaned, washed, and ready to go. They're a little bit of a pain in the neck to dice up. I maybe could use the food processor next time, but they're actually pretty easy to work with, so I'll dice them up and I'll get them into the dish as well. This is so easy. I'm just putting all of these things in there one after another, and then I can go with it. And now comes the spice. I like a curry that's from the Penzies company, and that one's really nice, gives a lot of flavor to the dish. And then I put in about a tablespoon of turmeric. Now, turmeric is a little yellow and it discolors some things, so you got to be a little careful with it, but it's a really nice thing to use in there. It gives it a lot of flavor. And from there, I use about a teaspoon of cumin seed to finish off my basic flavors. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and that'll get me going in terms of the base of my soup, my stew. Next is going to be the lentils. I buy the dried lentils from Whole Foods. I get red ones, I get green ones, and need about a cup of each that I'm going to put in here. So I'll just pour them in the Instant Pot just like this. Red then green, doesn't matter which direction you go, you're just trying to get them in there. And these are really good, and they take different textures as they cook as well, so it's kind of nice. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of Better Than Bouillon. It's the vegetable stock that I use. I need about 2 cups of stock. I'll use that, and I didn't show adding water, but I'll add some water to it as well just to round it out a little bit. And then come the crushed tomatoes. I like these because they're fire roasted and they're really delicious. And then, of course, you've got your coconut milk that you're going to put in. Get the coconut milk in, and you've got everything you need to get this dish ready. So from here, we're ready to start. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a quick stir just to make sure that everything kind of melds in there a little bit. And I'll lid it up and get it started with the cooking process. It's about a 5-minute cooking time that I'm going to set on here with the full pressurization of the pot. And I'll let it just go, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes to check on it. All right, now that I've got my steam release going, I think I'm ready to open it up and take a look inside. And here's what we've got. This is the stew. If you could smell it, you'd be like, wow, this is really amazing because you've got these different things in there. I like to add the juice of about 1 lime in here to kind of give it a little extra body. It just gives it a little acidity that makes it really, really nice. Give it a couple of stirs, and you are ready to serve. Just need to get some rice out and you're ready to go. It's a delicious dish that's very filling, very satisfying, nice on a cold day. On a warm day, maybe not quite as much, but still really good. That looks darn good. The coconut, the lime, the lentils. That is a delicious dish. I'm gonna put some on some rice and enjoy it.